Hey guys, Kunal here, Bulls on Wall Street. First of all, I want to just give you a warm thank you for joining me on Free Chat Day. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully, you guys did too. I know the action gets a little hot and wild, and sometimes when you're trading, you don't get necessarily the clear explanations that you want for some of the trades. So I wanted to just recap a few of them for you, a couple wins, a couple losses, and just show you how a professional trader builds out, his day. As you guys know, I always get on in the chat room at 9 a.m. Eastern time, and we've got a pretty cool Discord. You guys got to see, a nice part of it, but we've got an alert section where I'm essentially posting what I'm trading, and then we have our general chat room, and you guys got to experience the Free Chat Day room, which is awesome, and you guys can keep using that. And over time, when you really want to take your day trade to the next level, you guys are more than welcome to join us in the regular day trading chat room. It comes with really a lot of goodies. Our day trading chat room, beyond just a chat room, has a full educational component built into it. So it's pretty cool. So even in our on-demand chat room, which you guys have a special offer coming to you, we have tons of classes, 20 classes that are just great for beginners to get you started into the strategies, how to set up scans, how to build out certain patterns, the TC2000s, what support resistances, and then all the different patterns I trade, like ORBs, quick pullback buys. Then we do lessons of the day where, I take like my minor lessons from the trading day that, maybe you can't encompass in like a larger term class. They're just usually like 3 to 5 minute like daily vitamins, and they're pretty cool and just kind of understand the nuances of the market. And then from there, we do market recaps 3 days a week where I'm going to recap the trades in front of the members so that you guys can see like why I was entering these patterns, and then watch the recordings so you can really kind of build up those mental reps that you need. And then I think the fun part of what we do is, since we started this Discord room, we do Sunday market huddles, which really gets you ready for the whole trading week. We go into all the market indexes, what the news is in the market, what's happening with everything. And then I essentially run a scanning class. We get out our TC2000s and I show people how to build out their day. These are the scans I'm going to run. And we go through stock by stock individually and build out our list for the week. It's an awesome way to just learn and get used to a day trader's routine. It's, I think, one of the best parts about what we do. And then, from there, I've got everything else, in terms of position size calculators, trading checklists, flashcards, TC2000, guest webinars, all this kind of stuff. And then we even have a discount for our members. So you guys can have TC2000 along with my scans for $5 the first month. So you can, take a month and play around with it and really get it set up the way you want. It's an awesome community too, because everybody in my chat room has been trained by me. They've taken either our bootcamp class or they've been a member of our chat room and taken the education. And so it ends up being like just a cool way to hang out with like-minded people. So let's talk a little bit about the alerts and the trades from Thursday. So if you look here, I think our biggest trades, we had quite a few good ones, but let's talk about a couple of the ones that were like really big heaters, and then we'll go into, and I'll go over the setups, and then we'll go into some of them that just did not work out. So I think the big win for me, well, I know the big win for me on Thursday was on this Tesla. You guys have all heard about Tesla. It's been one of the just best runs I've seen maybe in, the last few years on a large cap stock. Got all the way to almost $1,000. So what we ended up doing on Thursday, as you see here, this is a very simple pattern you guys can use. As this stock started to pull back into the 9 EMA, see how it pulled back into the 9 EMA? I knew that there's a possibility that this could bounce. If you see in the past, it's bounced up the 9 EMA pretty much like every time in the last month, all of 2020. So when the stock gapped down into 690 and tested that 9 EMA, what I'm essentially doing is looking for an intraday pattern to couple with what I think is going to happen on the daily chart, which is a bounce. So as you see here, and this was just an awesome trade because it just happened so quick, you know, we added this thing just right as it broke over this range at $711. That range break coincided with the 9 EMA, so I got like a double confirmation, and then it was just, you know, off to the races. You know, I sold a third at 717. I sold some at 720, sold some more at 744, and then sold some more at 752. So got 40 points out of it. I left a little bit on the table, but there's a couple things I did right on this. So the range break matches with what I see here. So that was a great entry. I think part of the thing that I maybe messed up on is I sold those first partials a little bit early. You know, due to this thing dropping so fast, I wanted to take my profits. What I like to do is sell some and put a stop in my buy price. Now, my last sell, you know, near 750 was good because it was getting into like this kind of last level of resistance, and this was my final target. And it did get a little bit over that, so I did leave some money on the table, but just an awesome quick trade. If you think about 10, these are 5-minute candles, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, you know, it ramped up 60 points, almost 10%. I know it's an expensive stock, and a lot of you guys don't like trading expensive stocks. You only need to trade 20, 30 shares of this. If you think about it, 20 shares will cost you $15,000. If you trade 20 shares and, you know, you can get a nice 30, 40 point rip, you know what that is? It's $600 off 20 shares, which is awesome. And of course, you know, if you have a bigger account, you can go 30 shares, 100 shares, wherever it goes. But don't shy away from a good trade because it's too expensive. If it's got range on it, it's going to pay you irregardless because it's the percentage return. If you make 10% on a $700 stock or you make 10% on a $1 stock, you get the same money back into your account, right? The gain is the gain. It's about the range that really, really matters. So we got a really, really nice shred on this. And then, you know, I did a classic play on it again, is as it tapped back into the 9 EMA on the intraday chart, you know, essentially I just re-added this thing as it broke this flag using the 9 EMA as my stop loss. And we ended up getting another chunk on this, which actually ended up being awesome. So, you know, overall, like, you know, we were participating in a really huge move. You just can't beat that. And I don't even trade this with huge size. You know, I add like 50 shares, sometimes 80 shares, you know, max up to 100. But usually I like to trade Tesla with about 50 shares and maybe like a $2, $3 stop loss, you know, max $5 stop loss. That way I'm risking, say, $250 and I can make maybe $1,000 if it works out, right? That's the kind of RR that we want to put you into. Now let's talk about a little bit of a losing trade that I thought I had high hopes for. It just didn't work. This ARWR has been in a big downtrend, and it had news. And see how like it gapped up in the morning and faded off its gap, and it got all the way down into the 40 spot. So what I ended up doing is, like, as it came back into the VWAP and I got these red candles to hold, see like this candles right here, once they start holding into the VWAP, I want to take it with the target back down into here. And it came down to 41 and then just ripped right back over the VWAP and the EMAs, and I stopped down. I lost, you know, a point on it. And man, lo and behold, like it popped up to 43 and then it came all the way back down. So I ended up losing, and it came all the way back down to my target. You know, that's the nature of sometimes trading. Like, you have the setup and you think it's going to fade off, but your timing is just a little bit off. It just didn't work. You know, you get out with the loss. You can re-enter it if you want. But, you know, I just was in other stuff at that time. I think that, you know, it was a good, solid idea. It just didn't work out. You know, we took some more trades in here. This PBYI was a good trade. So I took this at 1343 and, you know, I sold into the pop near 14. And, you know, this was a classic momentum trade. So what you have here is, like, you have like a huge momentum in the stock. You can see this thing ripped over $11, got up to 15 the previous day. So I want to, you know, as this thing, see how this like gapped down? It's a similar trade to Tesla. See how it like gapped down and it started to round here? When it took out this opening range, I essentially longed it, you know. Now I got it a little bit higher than I want because it was moving fast. You know, I wanted to kind of get this thing like right at, I want to get it like at 1335. So I ended up getting at 1340. And then I want to use like my 90 stuff. So I was only risking like 15 cents, give or take. You don't have to go many, like 1,000 shares. You can go 2,000 shares. And it had a nice pop. I sold off half into the spike because I had this candle right here as resistance. And then I left a little bit on the table in the next spike. I sold, you know, the rest of it flat because frankly, I just actually had to go to the bathroom. And this stock is like so spiky that you know, I didn't want to like just leave it. I don't even want to put a stop loss in. For me, usually if I just go to the bathroom, I got to go to the bathroom. And so I just sold it all in the 1380s, but took a decent chunk on it. You know, I had a couple thousand shares, 1340s, sold at 1388. You know, it's a good solid trade. I did leave a little bit on the table. I could have really turned it into like a $2,000 trade, but you know, nature calls. You gotta do what you gotta do. So those are like some classic setups that just really work. You can see this kind of rounding bottom is something that we do a lot on momentum stocks. Tesla was the same trade, right? It was a hot stock and then it came back and right, we took the rounding pattern into the spike. I do that trade every day. Hopefully, you know, that helps. And guys, I appreciate you guys coming into Free Chat Day. We do them every blue moon, and you guys are more than welcome to join us in our day trading chat room. Check your emails. I already sent you guys an offer, and I also posted it in the Free Chat Day channel. And of course, feel free to just ever email me if you want to talk. You know, my email is kunal@bullson.ws. I look forward to hearing from you guys. And man, good luck with your trading. It's an awesome game and it's a lot of fun. It just takes a little bit of work in terms of pounding the process every day, understanding your patterns, and then just managing your risk. Guys, have fun and take care.